Hello, hello. We're just coming up to the spring equinox and I'm preparing to make a little celebration. So I'm out here and I've got an oak tree, so I thought I'm going to go around some of the oak trees and some of our special hawthorn bushes and leave a little ribbon to celebrate the coming of spring. Now we do have the coming of spring here in Ireland at Imbolc, the 1st of February, but we're now at the spring equinox, and this is a very special time because it's in between. The ancient Celts only had 2 seasons, summer and winter, so the spring equinox is in between. And for the Celts, anything that was in between is a liminal space, and it's the same with time. So here at the spring equinox, we're in between 2 seasons. We're in between light and darkness because we're in complete balance at this time of year, and so it's a very magical time. We've also got a full moon this year, so there's lots to be excited about when you're thinking about celebrating the spring equinox. So I just want to be out here today acknowledging the return of the oak trees. They're coming back to life and the little buds are on them, and I'm just going to put on a yellow ribbon on this one just to celebrate life's return. I'm just going to pick some nettle tops as well while I'm here because they're just coming up. They're full of chlorophyll, they're full of life full of light as well. So I'm just going to take some of these to dry for tea. Whoops. And the good thing about nettles is the more you cut them, the more they come back, so you can get maybe 3 or 4 harvests a year. So I have 3 oak trees here as well and some ash. I just want to honour odd trees with a green or yellow ribbon, just to say that I'm delighted they're coming back to life. In ancient Ireland we had the cross-quarter days, which would be Imbolc and Bealtaine, Lughnasadh, Samhain, but the equinoxes and the solstices were also important, and this one particularly because it's all about the earth reawakening. It's the time when new life is coming. So we're sowing the crops, we've got new animals arriving because their mothers are giving birth. So it's a busy time, and it is full of hope and optimism because of all the new life that is surging. So even if you don't keep animals, you can just look around at the plants. The plants are telling us that there's a change. They're telling us that it's time to look forward, and it's time for us also to give thanks and be grateful to everything that the earth provides us with. So we've got our beautiful trees, we've got the daffodils everywhere at this time of year, and the colours of the yellow and the green and the orange of crocuses, they're just so beautiful. The blossom is coming on some of the cherry trees. So it's a really lovely fresh time of year. And of course, I think all over the world the egg is symbolic because of what it represents. It represents life. And despite what hardships we're going through, despite what's happening in the world, there's no naysaying Mother Nature. She's just blossoming. We've got buds on all the trees. Look at these on the horse chestnut, on the oaks and the rowan and the ash. It's just so beautiful. There's the ash over there. The daffodils are blooming. And everywhere you look, there's a sign of life. So, as I said, I'm just out and about today decorating a few trees. I'm going to do our special hawthorn bush now, which is next to the herb shed. Just think I'll put a little ribbon on this cherry tree as well. Some people might think this is silly, but to me it's a way of showing my appreciation to all these lovely plant beings, but it's also just a way of getting out into nature to do it, and also to acknowledge the change of season, because we do all really know that every season has its own energy. And the energy of spring is to get up and go, to get back into the swing of things after the lethargy of winter. And it's time to do the spring cleaning. It's time to clear everything up. So I think I'll be doing some spring cleaning next week. So here's our very special plant ally for the herb shed. This is our hawthorn, which has doubled in size since we were building the herb shed. So we feel that we're welcomed and blessed in doing this herb shed. So I'm going to put a lovely green ribbon on here as well. And of course we can add on our little prayer fabrics when my friends come over to celebrate the spring equinox. That's what we will do. Never tie it too tight, because you don't want to harm the limb or the branch of the tree. So it's just loose, then it'll come off in its own time. I've got two lovely cherry trees here, and they're very young, but they're growing very fast. I'm going to give them a little ribbon as well. Oh, I can hear all the birds singing, the little larks. They're so busy building the nests. There's lots of bird song around. It's so beautiful today. It's such a sunny day. So thank you, cherry. Looking forward to your blossom. Let's have a look at this alder. It's got beautiful flowers on it. So there they are. They're just hanging. Great food for insects and birds. I'll give you a little ribbon as well. In Ireland, people are distracted from the spring equinox by St. Patrick's Day, which is just immediately before the spring equinox on the 17th. So it's a couple of days before, and that's typical really. So many of our festivals have been had this Christian veneer put over them, but it doesn't matter, because people are in that mood. They've got that energy of coming back to life, celebrating, meeting people. So it's a lovely time to be in Ireland, coming up to the equinox and St. Patrick's Day. It's a time of celebration everywhere. So I'm going to go back now and get some more nettles, because I've treated myself to a dehydrator. I'm going to start early drying my herbs as well as hanging them as usual, but it should mean I'll have extra ones this year for extra tea, extra medicine and extra food, because there's so many ways we can incorporate dried herbs into our food. And spring is when we're going to get the chlorophyll and the nutrients that we really need after the winter. It's a way of spring cleaning the body, just like people spring clean their homes. So I'm going to do that, and I wish you all a very happy spring equinox. I hope you find your get up and go, and you feel rejuvenated and excited about the rest of the springtime and the summer to come. thank yous for watching. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed it and hit the bell for notifications. Take a look at the website. It's danusirishherbgarden.com. You can find out all about us, and you can check out the courses that I offer both online and in person. And there's also a shop there where you can buy my books, and there's other little herbal treats as well. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.